Welcome to week number 5 of the SB50 week cinematography challenge. And this week we're going to talk about the rule of thirds. Now in the prelude to this part you saw where I was using the rule of thirds, and this particular week we're going to talk about the horizontal rule of thirds for cinematography. Now this is going to be kind of easy because if you know anything about photography, which most of us I think are coming from the photography side into the filmmaking side, you're already familiar with the rule of thirds. And one example I have here is, this is a shot I took in the Everglades a couple of years ago, and I've won numerous awards with this photograph. And you can see that the rule of thirds, we've got the dark line that comes across here on the bottom third. Then we've got the brighter line that's with the mist here, just below the sun, that follows the horizontal rule of thirds. And then you'll also see the trees here are on that third panel for the vertical, and the sun, and then this other cropping of trees is also on the third for the vertical. So this exemplifies the rule of thirds, which is why I have it here. And in cinematography, we're going to do the same thing. And yes, we have the camera movement sometimes, and that's where we've got to really figure out our composition. For instance, if we're using a pan and we have the horizon dead center as we pan across, it's not going to be as interesting of a footage as if we had the horizontal or had the horizon on the upper third horizontal or the bottom third horizontal, depending on if we wanted to see more sky or more land. And that's what we want to think of when we use the rule of thirds. Now, if we're doing something with people, like right now, you see that my face, the symmetry of my face is along the rule of thirds, and my nose is on that third point. Our eyes naturally gravitate to those 3 points, or excuse me, those 4 points with the rule of thirds. And if I was doing a close-up, then I would look for these eyes to be on that horizontal rule of third, and somewhere around those 2 points, and my mouth on the bottom third. That's a close-up of the face, and it makes it more interesting. The eyes are the first thing, as far as people go, the eyes are the first thing that the viewer will look for, and then the mouth is the second. So here we have my eyes and my mouth. They're on the horizontal rule of thirds, and it so happens that my eyes are also hitting the points where the horizontal rule of third and the vertical thirds meet. Now, I gotta adjust a little bit. Now, if I'm over here, now my face is centered on that vertical rule of third, but I'm still going to try to get my eyes on that horizon and my mouth on my horizontal, and my mouth on this horizontal, to make it a more interesting shot. Now, say you're filming something that's not people, it's the same thing. You want your elements to be here, 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 or here, and then those lines to be across those horizontal rule of thirds. Okay, and now we're going to go to Scott. I've got a little bit of footage that he has shot. He's had some difficulty on this trip as far as trying to transmit it over, so we won't have a whole lot from him. But let's see what he's got real quick, and then I'll meet you at the tail end of it. Okay, so you've seen why we use it. It's because that's where the viewer naturally gravitates to, is those 4 points, and why we want to use those horizontal rule of thirds in our composition. Now, rules again this week. We want you to post the videos on this post on the Facebook group page, and 5-10 seconds long. If it's 20 seconds long, I don't care. It's fine. We're good as long as the 20 seconds is needed for the composition. That's what we want to look at. But use the horizontal rule of thirds for this week's challenge. Make 2019 a magical year. We'll see you next time.